Alright, what's up? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are casting the Salt Mines, the show where people have mental breakdowns while playing competitive video games, which is, of course, in 2025, a completely unsurprising and very standard thing that one would expect. You know, people were bored during COVID, back during the pandemic, and a lot of them tuned back into StarCraft, they re-downloaded that game, and they went back to blaming their opponents for beating them, playing the wrong strategies, and generally being D-bags. Last week, we found out that if you happen to lag in the game, whether imagined or real, you are allowed to stay in the game shouting at your opponent, demanding that they admit that it was lag. They didn't beat you, and you didn't really lose. It was just lag, because it is, of course, your opponent's job to justify your feelings and protect your ever so fragile ego. We've got Kosh Naranak down here, who went for the have fun, good luck. Ooh, what a hipster. Does it the other way around in response to Black Wicked. And it looks like, oh, we're starting off with a cannon rush. Well, I've got a backstory of this game that I wanted to read out, but we're going to have to read it in a little bit because we've got a cannon rush to talk about. Black Wicked is already responding after seeing the Forge with a Forge of their own on the high ground, which is the most conservative way of defending cannon rush. I do remember back in the day always talking about how it puts you in a bad position to wall off defensively with cannons because you're stuck on one base. But a bunch of the other guys, once you get traumatized enough at Cannon Rush, this is just the easiest way to make sure you don't die. Just completely wall out Kosh. Kosh cannot get in. And at the same time, Black Wicked did lose their probe. It manages to throw a pylon down, but that doesn't really achieve anything here. I guess it's a spotting pylon more than anything. Defensive cannon on the high ground, but we've got 3 buildings in range of the enemy cannons. So even if Kosh just goes back into macro now, they should be in a good spot. But wait, Wait, why? There's no probes. Oh, okay, so Kosh is actually panicking because they think they're being cannon rushed. But there's no probes on the map. You already killed the probe. So Kosh is so distracted. Kosh, you need to be macroing. You're not going to get up that ramp, mate. You've got 3 free building kills. Probes. Chrono probes. Take a gas, build a gate. That's what you get. Okay, I think he's realizing. Gate, gas, probes. Okay, there we go. Whew. Thought Kosh was going to give up the massive advantage they should be getting from this opening. Black Wicked, on the other hand, is kind of stuck, but has a much faster Cybercore and double gas. So I think Black Wicked's actually in an okay spot. He's so paranoid about the probe running in, though. We're going to build a pylon right there. And you can see Kosh's probe is spotting the high ground, just barely on the midpoint of that ramp. Black, cancel, bro! Don't waste your minerals! Okay, Black Wicked does cancel the pylon, gets the 75 minerals back. And that probe finally goes down, which means the gateway actually survives. Oh no, Kosh can move another one forward. Oh, actually, I think this guy now. I think this cannon, does that fully zone the ramp? This probe moves even a pixel too close. It goes down. And there's no probe production. Dude, just like a cannon rusher to just stare at this. 600 minerals? 600? Oh my golly, Matt. We're going to go for a Nexus, a Pylon, and a Cybercore, all queued off one probe. Guys, I think we might be watching a Silver League game. The APM, astoundingly high here. 110 for blue, 55 for red. Maybe gold? I don't know. Both players have done a few decent things. But, okay, I think as the game cools down, guys, it's going to be quick Stargate for Black Wicked against a 2-base Kosh Naranak. So it's all about if Kosh can defend the Stargate units. All right, let's read the backstory for this game, guys. So this game was actually sent in, and this one spoilers it. Normally, I don't know who sent it in. This one's sent in by Black Wicked. My opponent could not handle Star Wars references. After his cannon rush was denied, we both went, I don't want to spoil that bit, I guess the Plat League Swamp Wrestling. I almost shot my pants at one point, but luckily managed to do this. Then this thing happened. I dropped another classic Star Wars quotation. I thought it was funny. He did not. Smiley face. Okay, so I've been told that is what we're meant to be reading in the lead up to this, guys. And there was a little bit that spoils one part of the strategies, but it's not really a big deal. I mean, we already know he's going Skytoss here. Apparently, he's going to drop a Star Wars reference, and the Cannon Rush is not going to be happy about it. And apparently, this will be important for later on, guys. So we'll find out as Kosh right now just chilling. Doesn't know about the Stargate. Void Ray's going across the map. The Stalker's slowly breaking out here. It's already cleared a couple of cannons. It's going to clear the 3rd one from the high ground. The Void Ray could go in. There's nothing that shoots up except mass cannon battery on the front. What is this? Mate, he can't even leave his base until now. Why do you need 4 cannons and 2 batteries? And he's even got a probe. No, I need a 5th cannon right now, bro. I do like the pattern, to be fair. Oh my god, we've got no fighting units. which means the Void Ray, which was hanging in the bottom left for a while there, is finally going to come in. He's going to go for the pylon. Well, we're in cannon range. Nope, that's not going to work. We're going to fly into the other cannon. Okay, there we go. Void Ray is going to start picking off probes. Does get one of them. The shield battery is nearby, though, and the Stalker should be able to defend this with the help of the shield battery, I think. Second Void Ray is going to fly in. Oh, no! FD, oh, no. What? Both Void Rays are heavily damaged, despite the opponent only having a single Stalker and static defenses. We are looking at the level of play where Black Wicked has caught Kosh with a single Stalker and no mobile units, and has managed to get both Void Rays deeply wounded by walking them into cannon fire. Oh, Kosh at least, or Black Wicked, sorry, is going to expand it and get probes up eventually behind this. Starts doing a little bit of probing, but not without a big delay. And now there's two Stalkers out. There's still no Void Ray or anything to counter this, though. And these Void Rays are going to equalize the economy, tying up the, which is very important because Black Wicked's economic growth is miles behind Kosh. Kosh is now building shield batteries here at what can best be described as their clump of buildings because, oh my god, they just don't build pylons anywhere else, so they can only build buildings here. And their cannon battery at the front. This is high-level StarCraft, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Cranky Ducklings viewers. Thank you, Light, for the big raid. To get you guys filled in, those who are tuning in live, this is the Salt Mines, and Black Wicked has said that basically they've defended a cannon rush. They've sent this replay in saying that their opponent doesn't like Star Wars references, apparently, and gets a little bit angry about it. So far, we're watching, I would say, a primo Gold League game where both players are exceptional. The Void Rays keep flying into cannons non-stop. Meanwhile, this guy just keeps building cannons and batteries for no reason. And despite having a fantastic start to the cannon contain, took about 2 minutes longer to realize he could start probing behind it and actually develop a lead. And ended up being a bit slow on that, which is why Kosh is only up a couple probes. And the Void Rays might be able to equalize this. Attacking the probe in range of the shield battery, probably not the best choice. These guys are out of healing range. The Void Rays, dude, we're not here to fuck spiders. What are we doing, mate? Finally does start to pick off some of these probes. Does get 3 of them. The Stalkers react after a solid 23 seconds of the Void Rays being in the base. And they are going to run. They're going to run away. They're going to pull back. Find it. Warp Gate's on the way. Third Nexus as well. I think they said Plat League, right? Okay, so this is not gold. It's Plat League according to the thing. Maybe Plat 2, something like that. So this is your Plat League swamp sewer mermaid sort of battle. Like I think is what Black Wicked referenced. It's not really the peak StarCraft, but I actually enjoy this level of StarCraft because the mistakes are entirely unpredictable and they're almost non-stop, which means there's always comeback potential for either side. And with 2 Void Rays and 3 Stalkers, oh, and Prismatic Alignment, oh, Black Wicked gets taken to Kosh Town. I love that Kosh did get a Void Ray because now it's close enough in count. It's not too crazy. Problem is there's still 2 Stargates against 1. And Kosh's follow-up strategy appears to be building more cannons and batteries. Why? What do you think this achieves? I just, guys, there's literally one of the godfathers of StarCraft 2. His name is Alexei. You guys know him, White Ra. What was White Ra's famous saying? The guy with super broken English. What did he say? He said, first we make expansion, then we defense it. The point being, you need to expand, then build defenses. And he's like, well, I've expanded, so now I build defense. No. You need to keep expanding. The other guy's taking 3 bases. You can't build 47 cannons and shield batteries on 2 base and sit in your corner with your junk in your hands. At the moment, I can see his hand under his scrote just doing a little, like he's playing guitar on his own nutsack. I mean, this is absolutely fapping around right now. To be fair, I don't think Kosh actually had a plan after the cannon rush didn't manage to win the game. So it is going to be a struggle because the opponent's going double Cybercore and a fleet beacon already. We've got 5 probes on minerals on the 3rd. Okay, we are chronoing up the natural now at least, but a lot of gas income. Oh, it's a corner base. Okay, I can get behind that. That I like. I like the corner base. If you're turtling up with lots of static, that's a good way to do it. Kosh goes out 3 versus 8. Mate, why would you fight away from the cannons? The cannons are there. Why would you fight that? Oh my god. What are you doing? Why? First we build defensive position, then we stand in front of it. It's like, come on, man. No. Yet again, guys, I really do worry that the modern generation of StarCraft 2 players watched that final season of Game of Thrones and used it to inform all of their strategic decision making. The number of times I see people build a defensive position and then move in front of it rather than fighting at the defenses is absolutely flabbergasting. That's right, guys, flabbergasting. Is that a word? I know flabbergasted. Yeah, flabbergasting. Why not? It's flabbergasting. We've got 2-1 upgrades. Okay, so Black Wicked's just dead. Even after winning the fight and then throwing 5 Void Rays away into cannons, we're seeing that this really is a peak StarCraft match. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm quite sure there's a twist to this, which is why I had to read the little bit of the spoiler info at the start, because essentially, Black Wicked had said that Kosh is going to lose their shit at a Star Wars reference. Apparently, they don't like Star Wars very much. Now, if I think of famous Star Wars references, guys, I think you guys let me know which one you think it'd be. I think it might be maybe like an R2-D2 burn that he throws at C-3PO. Could be maybe Chewie fighting with Han. Maybe a bit of a I can't do a Chewie, what are they called? Wookiee noise, guys. I am your father. Oh, that's one thing to say when you're dominating someone. He could also say, what are some of the really bad lines from the prequels, guys? Like really bad, like what, when he's like, hey, Padme, you've been kind of like a mother figure, but now I want to have babies with you. Like, you know, like that whole really cool romance that wasn't weird at all and was really, really authentic. I thought the prequels were the best films, guys. Maybe he says, maybe as he's rolling over Kosh, he's gonna say, Misa horny. Ooh, Mia, fuck you good time. You know, maybe he's gonna go for a Jar Jar Binks. Hard to type out Jar Jar Binks accent though. It's kind of hard to like make sure your opponent reads it in the right voice. You know what I'm saying? Chat says, put that in your exhaust port. I have the high ground. It's a trap. Yeah, those are all good. Those are probably more standard. I was thinking more niche ones, you know? I didn't want to go for the famous ones. The R2-D2 burn would be sick. That's just where you do these ones. You're like, you just type those to your opponent in the game. You're like, oh, I just called you a cock. Yeah, 100%. They'll definitely understand what you're saying. Now this is pod racing. That would be good as well. Me So Horny is one of my favorite scenes in Full Metal Jacket. I thought that was Jar Jar Binks who said that. What can I say, guys? Anyways, Tempests are being built. As if you didn't have enough air superiority already, you're going to outrange him with Tempests. Now, Kosh has got a 4th coming in. Corner base is mining. Not very much on gas, though. And this pylon's going to go down. These guys, this is peak StarCraft, ladies and gentlemen. Hang in here, guys. Hang in. I've been told the twist is worth it. I really hope I'm not baiting you guys for nothing. I really hope. If it is, I will shout at this replay. We'll see how we go. Anyways, okay, so we've got, is that +3? Oh my gosh. +3 air already on the way. Black Wicked's going to go for it. There is no way either of these guys knows how to use control groups for their army. I mean, you can see these are picture-perfect displays of F2 magic so far. The big ships and capital range ships. I think Tempests are a terrible idea in SkyToss. They're only really there to focus down enemy carriers, and you need good micro for that. But I think Black Wicked being up 25 army supply probably doesn't matter. Can probably just overwhelm there. Void Rays on the right side. Stalker comes in, trying to take 5 bases is Kosh. Black Wicked is not as far ahead in supply as I would have expected. Corner base doing a bit of heavy lifting, and Kosh doesn't know about it yet. Here we go, here's the fight! Kosh comes in, clicks on a Tempest, activates Prismatic Alignment, and is actually shift-clicking these Void Rays. Now his move commanding! Kosh, why would you move command? No! I think he was outgunned and outmanned anyway. 2-1 upgrades against 0-0. And I think that's going to do it. I think Black Wicked's going to... Is this the time? He's like... Who is your daddy and what does he do? What? I mean, I assume this is the time to drop your Star Wars quote. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, to be fair, there hasn't really been any shit talk from either side, guys. This has been the least salty salt mines. We are in a chlorinated indoor swimming pool right now. It's over, Anakin. That's the precursor to I have the high ground. So winner, whoever posted I have the high ground, it's over, Anakin, I have the high ground. He's saying, I have the high ground. Okay, bit of a taunt. It is a bit of a taunt, you know, but I'll allow it. A bit of a silly one. Opponent says, yeah, I think it is. Black Wicked goes for the offensive GG. It's a little, okay, going for the GG before your opponent, I mean, it's already doing a bit of shit talk when you're winning is a bit, if the opponent hasn't started it, you know? But then the opponent, Kosh says GG as well, then he's like, but this is Sparta. Okay, so Kosh is like, but this is Sparta. I'm gonna kick you in a well. I know quotes as well. I guess he's also saying I'm not gonna give in until my last man dies, like in 300, right? Black Wicked drops Smiley. You are not Terran main, right? No, but Protoss can hold shields and spears as well. Have some dignity, Protoss, bro. Oh, is he just telling him to get out? Dude, Black Wicked, BM, goes for the have some dignity, Protoss, bro. He's telling him to get out of the game. Mate, it's your job to win the game. You're already winning. The other guy played along with your silly quote game. Don't be then telling it, like, he already would have been justified in being a bit annoyed at you shit-talking and dropping an offensive GG. But he rolled with it. And now you're basically being like, oh, you're not a Terran floating the buildings, are you? Get out. Like, what? Mate! Black Wicked, where the F are you? Okay, you little hag. Okay, he's going for the homophobic slurs. It was a bit of a delay. Kosh kind of stewed on that one for about a minute. It was like, this guy telling me get out? Telling me get out? You come out. You're a gay man. You need to come out. I thought we were bros, says Black Wicked. I mean, I tell you, offensively GG'd the guy and then told him to get out. You did instigate this. Don't get me wrong. Kosh, I'm not down with your homophobic slurs, but if Kosh would just be like, you are being a bit of a dickhead, you got to finish the game. It's your job to win the game. Don't be fucking offensive GGing, telling people to get it. That's justified. One of the biggest taboos you can do in competitive video gaming is telling your opponent to leave. Kosh says, I don't mind having a haggy orgy. You guys know the word rhymes with haggy. I'm going to be blurring all this out or putting a black bar over it. Why rude? You were the first one who was rude. You instigated. I'm not down with the other guy's homophobia whatsoever. But I think we know why. It's because you told him to get out, mate. You won the game, and instead of finishing, you're making every upgrade under the sun. I literally can see your hand, and you're like stroking yourself under the table. You're going, oh, look at how much I won. Oh, it's over, Anakin, give it up. Like, I can see your hand under the desk. He's clearly playing one-handed right now. Like, don't get me, Black Wicked's like, this is my base. Ha ha ha. You think telling me to get out is polite? Okay, Kosh is trying to explain to Black Wicked the faux pas. Problem, you've already called him a homophobic slur. I don't know if he's going to listen to you, Kosh. I'm not sure if he's going to listen after you use the homophobic slur at him a few times. I don't know if that's... Normally you explain the faux pas, and then if they still say no, then you maybe go to the insults, maybe not the other way around. I think we may be looking at a battle of the dickheads right now, guys. Two players who are being dicky bags. We are seeing a Phoenix transition. Phoenix Void Ray, but still no air upgrades. These Phoenix are going to do almost no damage against the +2 armor. I think the Void Ray Carrier Tempest can probably just A-move this, but the Phoenix Void Ray comes in with the ambush. Prismatic alignment from a bit far out. No Flux Veins. Does take out the enemy Void Rays. Recall for Black Wicked. Black Wicked finally finds that corner base, but Kosh, if Kosh knew how to make upgrades, Kosh might be able to bring this game back. Beautiful rally from Black Wicked, guys. Oh, you see, you're a hag. That was, to be fair, guys, I have cast many games of homosexuals playing StarCraft. They do like recall. Very, very, very hag thing to do. I underestimated your power, says Black Wicked. Obviously, yeah, this is a high-level conversation. This is like... Do you guys ever see two of the crazy guys that are talking to themselves on the street? Mental illness isn't fun, but it is funny. You know what I mean, guys? Like, I feel for people that have it, but also I will laugh at them because it is funny. And that's because they're people too, and I respect them. Some people think, oh, how dare you laugh at insane people. It is funny when you see a guy talking to a lamppost on the street. Don't pretend it's not. I'm not saying I don't feel for the guy. I want them to have as much help, and I want there to be support for them and services, and I want people to take care of them. But also, it is funny. Now, in this case, I think we may have had two of those people, and they're talking to the same lamppost, and then they realize the other guy's talking to the lamppost, and now we have two of these dudes, and they're interacting. And it's always an interesting conversation, because one of them's like, go back to your own country, go back to your own country, go back to your own country, stop stealing our jobs, and then the other one's like, you're in the Are you in the CIA? That even in Australia, they think the CIA, guys. They don't even know. I'm like, don't you mean like Australian Federal Police or military intelligence or something? They're like, no, the CIA. I'm like, you know we're in Australia. Even crazy people in Australia, they still think it's the CIA. I'm like, you guys, come on, man. Anyways, it's basically that at this point. Two guys who are just on a very different wavelength to the rest of the world, having a proper battle of chodes, you know? Two chodes crossing their swords. The Phoenix are going to come forwards, guys, but there is +3 air armor, which means the Phoenix are doing almost no damage because they are +0. Look at them all shoot that carrier. The Archons also come in, which do crazy splash damage. Oh! Oh! I may not like your behavior in this game, Black Wicked, but the choice to add Archons against Mass Phoenix Void Ray is pretty good. Goes for the offensive ouch as well. Black Wicked still thinks he has the moral high ground, guys. He's not aware they've both fallen into the giant Great Sarlacc pit, or whatever that pit is that Jabba the Hutt throws people into. You're both in there. Black Wicked is like, oh, I guess now it's time to be rude. After I smashed your army. You gonna be rude now, buddy? You've both been rude. You're both in the pit. They're both, you know, when they're hanging on to like the side of the pit, this is two guys hitting each other, trying to make the other guy fall into the pit. This is two guys. You don't realize no one has the high ground here, man. We're all standing on that little flying hover barge thing, sipping our champagne and going, oh, look at these guys. They're both being dicky heads. You both, this Black Wicked sent this game, guys. That's what gets me. Black Wicked thinks he's the good guy. Remember, what was his description? It was, I made a Star Wars reference and he didn't like it and started calling me homophobic slurs. Which, to be fair, whilst that is the truth, it's also missing part of the truth, which is you told him to get out of the game before that. You were like, oh, you offensive GG'd. You're like, oh, I didn't, you know, you basically said get out without saying the words get out. And as much as I love the film Get Out, you've been a dickhead, Black Wicked, and I don't think you meant to. But I think this is an important teachable moment. I've shat on you a lot. You're more likely to watch this than Kosh. So I think as this game, it looks like this game's wrapping up. You got this in the bag, right? I think it's time to explain. I told a story, I think, last week in Salt Mines. I want to tell it again. And that story, guys, was, remember, I don't know if you guys watched it. So basically, I was talking about how I played a tournament many years ago, early in my StarCraft career. I was a very self-centered young dumbhead. I basically wrecked my opponent despite there being something with the conditions at the tournament. I think the monitor was flickering or something. And I was so caught up in myself. I wrecked my opponent. And then I complained to that opponent about how my monitor was crap and I could barely play properly. And I was so caught up in my own self-centeredness, I didn't know anything was wrong with that. And my opponent told me off and he was like, what the fuck, man? How do you think that makes me feel? You couldn't even play properly and you fucking destroyed me. And he's like, you know, fucking other people have feelings as well, you dickhead. He basically said something like that. He was real honest, called me out for it. And I felt really bad. And it was a reminder I needed. My opponent is a person too, and they have feelings. And generally, guys, if you're beating your opponent in the video game, don't tell them to get out. Don't shit talk. And even doing a bit of playful banter with I have the high ground, that's already, to be fair, pushing it a little bit if you don't know the opponent. I would allow it. The one Anakin comment, whatever. Oh, you know, I've got the fucking high ground, whatever. It is what it is, but you gotta, like, you understand your opponent's lost. They're probably already a bit frustrated. And then you're like, oh, you're not a terror player. Get out of the game. Empathy. Empathy, guys. I know the StarCraft community has this in short supply. Gamers in general sometimes don't have it. Just think about it. This is why this is a big faux pas in the StarCraft community and most competitive communities. When you're winning, win with grace. And people will be much more forgiving of people being an idiot when they're losing, even though it's still pretty unacceptable. But when you do it when you're winning, it is so much worse. You're already winning the game. Please don't rub salt in your opponent's wounds. That being said, guys, I don't think Black Wicked is a bad guy here compared to the good guy that is Kosh. I think you're both bad guys in this game. You can both learn to be better people. Kosh, stop calling people homos. It's fine. Being gay is fucking cool these days. Stop being weird about it. Update your insults. There's much better insults. We've had many in the Salt Mines. You need to watch the rest of the show. You could have told him, burn your family rat, I pee on your entire family tree. There's a lot of good ones. Go back through the catalog, update your insults. People that go for the same old lame racist and homophobic ones, it's unoriginal and it sucks. Anyways, thank you for sending the replay, Black Wicked. I hope you watch this and learn. Don't tell the other guy to leave. The Archon move was pretty cool. I'll give you props to that. And you did defend a cannon rush. Just don't tell the other guy to get out when you're winning. Thanks for watching. Thank you everyone on the Wall of Bacon. If you guys want to support the Patreon, links in the description. We'll see you guys in the next episode. We've got a bunch of actually really good salt mines. Please keep sending them in, guys. I love the recent influx of fun replays. Link and information is down below. And remember, use the actual proper formatting. People, upload it to Drop SC. Upload it to something first. Don't just send me an attachment, please. It wastes a lot of my time when I have to download those attachments and then upload them to something else to see what the text is. Thanks for the love. See you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.